Hi guys, and we are back here with my predictions again. Friday. Oh my god. Here, as you know, there is an international break, so we won't be doing club football, but we will be doing the international friendlies. So, let's get to it. First up, Brazil versus Colombia. Colombia, they've definitely shown that they're a good team. They always do great in the group stage, and then they just fall out in the first stage of the knockout rounds. They just have a tough opponent that you think they may be able to beat, but they lose against them. England, I was pretty sure England was gonna win against them in the 2018 FIFA World Cup round of 16. And they did, but they're still a pretty good team versus Brazil. Now Brazil, they'll always be powerhouses. I don't think there'll ever be a time in football when they won't. So I think, of course, they'll win 2-1 win to Brazil. Sorry, Colombia, I'm not just not feeling like it. Next, USA versus Mexico. No, USA haven't been the best side in the past 10 years. I think a US team from 3 years ago could probably beat them. From 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they could probably beat the current US team. And against Mexico, Mexico, I always think they'll be CONCACAF's best team. They're nations, They are pretty much soccer nations, / football, because not American football. You know what? I could just say football from now on. Yeah. Not, American football, like where you carry the ball and it's not actually with your foot, but, just football, okay? But, Mexico, I think they'll always be the best nation in CONCACAF, and I think they'll win 2-0. Next, Costa Rica versus Uruguay. Now, these teams haven't been, again, the best teams over their past 10 years. They're the best squad, they have had recently. Uruguay, I think they maybe have to come and, if they make the 2022 World Cup, they may have a fully new squad. Luis Suarez, he's getting old. He's getting not really in his peak anymore. Barcelona, he hasn't impressed me like he used to. Cavani, I think he's better aging now, but still, Cavani can't hold up the team. Godin may be leaving. Muslera may be leaving soon. They're all kind of old, and they have some stiff competition from Venezuela, my nation. Costa Rica, again, Keylor Navas isn't as good as he once was. I think he isn't the best goalie in the world anymore, like he used to be. I think Ter Stegen is, because Neuer and De Gea have kind of dropped off. But yeah, I think Uruguay will win 3-1. Then Kenya versus Uganda. I don't know much about Uganda or Kenya or Kenya's football teams, but I guess Uganda will win 1-0. Then Wales versus Belarus. Now I'm kind of gonna be happy if Bale plays, to see him play, to see him, be happy, kind of, because it's kind of sad to just see him there alone, every single time. They're in the bench. He's always lonely in the Real Madrid squad. It's kind of sad, He refuses to speak Spanish. So I want him to have a good time. He's fallen out of favor with he's falling out of love with the game. But I think Wales will win 2-1 against Belarus. Then Algeria versus Benin. I don't know much about Benin's football/soccer team. I'm really biased to Algeria because they're my favorite team in Africa. So yeah, with a little bit of bias, I'll say Algeria win 3-0. I may be completely wrong, though. Then let's go to Jordan versus Paraguay. Now, these aren't the best footballing nations of, their continent, but they're decent nations. Do I think they have a chance of making the World Cup? Not really. Paraguay did it in 2010. Nah. Who else will do it, I mean, what other Paraguayan squad will do it, But I think they'll end up 1-1. I think Jordan's national team is on the rise, while Paraguay's is just, staying. They were much better in 2010. Right now they're like this. Right in 2010 they were like this. So Paraguay, they have to get better, Then if they actually want to compete at their continental level and all that. Then Tunisia versus Cote d'Ivoire. Now Cote d'Ivoire, they were really, really good in the early 2000s. I know that. Am I wrong? And Tunisia, they've, again, been on the rise. But I think Cote d'Ivoire will win this one. Tunisia will win this one 1-0. And let's go to Ukraine, the current under 20 world champions. Under 23? Under 23. Or is it under 20? One of those two. Versus Nigeria. Nigeria, pretty good team. They've also promised us a lot with all their, under 20 and 23 World Cup wins. But, they never delivered afterwards. And it's going to be kind of sad to see if Ukraine falls under the same, thing. But I think they'll end up tied 2-2. Again, and now let's go to Ireland versus Bulgaria. I don't know much about these teams. I think Bulgaria will win 1-0. Then Morocco versus Niger. Morocco, they weren't the most impressive team in Group B in the World Cup. They were good. They were decent They were pretty good, Being one of the top 32 teams. Not top 32, but, some of the best teams that made it to the World Cup. Sorry. It's pretty impressive. They came out last. There's third in the group. I don't know, either last or third. And so, yeah. But I think Morocco will win 3-2 against Niger. Then the USA versus Uruguay. Uruguay, again, I think they'll make their second win with the USA not making their first in the international friendlies yet. I think Uruguay will win 2-1. Again, I said Uruguay has an aging squad. That doesn't mean they're a bad team. They're still a really good team. They may tie, though. I'm not really sure. Ecuador versus Bolivia. Ecuador won 1-0 against Peru. Yeah, that just says a lot. Peru, finalist for CONMEBOL, for the competition. I can't remember the name now. So sorry. The continental competition for CONMEBOL. Can't remember the name. I'm so stupid. I watched this. I'm sorry. I just can't remember now. It's been such a long day. But Ecuador, I think they'll get their second one in the international friendlies, Bolivia, probably the lowest ranked team in the in South America. So yeah, oh shoot, I just gotta take something off there. And then Colombia versus Venezuela. Now you know I'm a Venezuelan boy. I was born in Venezuela. No, I'm here right now. Houston, USA, Texas. But you know, I still love their team. I may be a little bit biased here, but again, we got a tie, a 0-0 tie against Brazil. Who could say that? It was our first tie ever against them. We've never won against them. So that says that we're going, we're climbing up higher. It's really exciting. We have, that great defense. We tied 0-0 against both Peru and Brazil. Bolivia got a goal on us on a penalty. We beat them 3-1 in our group for a comfortable. And so, we're doing really good, I think. We had a tough group. I don't think many people expected us to go out on the best third place team. But we did, and we went out on second, really, behind Brazil. Then, so I think we'll tie 0-0. I mean, Colombians are impressive, they won 2-0 against Argentina. But unlike Argentina, Venezuela actually have a defense. Oh my God, Argentinian coach Lionel Scaloni, an Argentinian FA. Listen to this. We actually have good defenders. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Otamendi. You're good defenders, but you just turn off when you're with your country. And then, let's say next game, Honduras versus Chile. Honduras, again, they were good. They were really good in 2014. They made it to the World Cup. But I think Chile will win 1-0 against them. Then Argentina versus Mexico. Again, I just said, Argentina. Everyone just in their team just seems to turn off the switch of the playing soccer switch, They turn it off at the beginning of every single game since 2015 or something like that. And it just works horribly for them. Of course it does. And I think they'll end 1-1 tied with Mexico. They may end up losing. They are going down right now. In the third place playoff for CONMEBOL, they got third place by beating Chile 2-0, I believe. But now in the international friendlies, they played against Chile and couldn't score without Messi. So Messi's just trying to hold up this Argentina team, struggling Argentina team. The coaching sucks entirely. The Argentinian FA is in ruins, and so yeah. Then Brazil versus Peru. Brazil, I think that they'll get the 3-0 win. I know I may be biased, but Peru, they haven't been on their best since CONMEBOL. Then Bahrain versus Azerbaijan. I know they're pretty good, so I think they'll win 2-0 against Bahrain. Germany versus Argentina. Again, Argentina. Their defense is just non-existent. If they don't have Messi, I think they'll completely drown. We're just pretending that they do have Messi. They have showed that they do have some goal-scoring ability. Dybala, of course, and Dybala. But I think Germany will win 3-2. Yeah. Then Panama versus Curaçao. Curaçao and Panama, two rising teams in CONCACAF. But I think Panama will get the 2-1 win against Curaçao. Let's turn the page. Gibraltar versus Kosovo. Gibraltar, first team I have never heard of in my life in this international friendlies thing. But I think Kosovo will win 2-0 because I have no idea what country Gibraltar is. So yeah. Then Uruguay versus Peru. I think Peru may not manage to win, but I think they'll still get the 2-2 draw. Slovakia versus Paraguay. I think again another 2-2 draw. Slovakia, they're good too. They're decent. Paraguay, they're decent too. They're good at time. Paraguay. Then Czechia / the Czech Republic versus Northern Ireland, and I think Czechia / Czech Republic will win 1-0 against Northern Ireland. Then Denmark versus Luxembourg, where I think Denmark will win 3-0. Now these next matches, they're all in November, so I'm just gonna go really quickly through what I think. And the matches first, I think Ukraine will win against Estonia 3-1. Ireland will lose against New Zealand. New Zealand winning 2-0. Hungary will lose against Uruguay, who will win 3-2. Lithuania will lose versus New Zealand, who will again win 2-0. Panama will lose against the United Arab Emirates, who will win 2-1. Montenegro will win against Belarus 1-0. And finally, Croatia will completely destroy Georgia in a 5-goal thriller, 4-1. And yeah, guys, those are my predictions. International edition. So subscribe, share this video with all your friends and family. I'm really bad at this. I should get some iron for this. I don't have him here. It's 9 right now. So yeah, and bye guys, and long live Barcelona.